you step out of your house, you know what a mirror does. A mirror reflects back to you. So when you're envisioning this, that mirrors are all reflecting back to you, right? It makes it very easy to see the projections that you're putting onto another. Hey everybody. So I'm back. It's been a while. I took a lot of time for myself for more than a couple shadow periods, if you will. So I'm here today because I want to talk to you guys about something that I just taught my 10-year-old. And it was such an easy thing for him to grasp that I thought I would just share it with the channel really quick. So, first off, my name's Lindsay. Hi, welcome. If you enjoy this, feel free to subscribe. No stress. And, if you know anybody that would be interested in this, please share it with them because that's what we're here for, to be shared and help others and each other. So, anyways, my 10-year-old and I were talking, and he's got an ear for physics, and so I'm slowly teaching physics here and there. He grasped the law of relativity and loved it. I just learned the string theory, loved that. Proud mommy. But what I want to talk to you guys about is what I call the mirror effect, and that's what I taught him is the mirror effect. So a lot of you may know that my son is gender fluid, okay? Born a girl. Goes as a boy, and that's his personal preference, and that's what we're going for. We are here to accept and not judge. So he is somewhat of a way shower in that sense for himself. He's 10 years old and has been like this since 5. Again, proud mommy. So I was talking to him about others and projections, right? So a lot of us don't understand what projections are. Define projection.
An estimate or forecast of a future situation or trend based on a study of present ones. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes.
The presentation of an image on a surface, especially a movie screen. Want to hear the next one?
No. So, an image projected on a surface. That would probably be considered the closest definition for the terminology of what we as the aware, awakened community refer to a projection, right? It's an image, yourself, projected onto a surface, onto another. But they don't have, what I've been finding with these definitions is that they're not giving appropriate definitions. So I've had to go through and kind of redefine what these definitions actually mean when teaching these to my 10-year-old because the definitions are so Newtonian. So Newtonian. So what I taught my son to do is to envision a mirror. Okay, now you're standing here ready for school or work for us adults. Well, most adults, I work from home, but you've got a mirror and you're envisioning it pointing away from you, right? Now do that again and again and again and again until you've got basically an entire circle of mirrors around you. Now, side note, a lot of well, not a lot of people know this. There are many that may, but this is actually a healing trick that you can do, a visualization trick that you can do after meditation before you actually go into the real world. And this is actually why I taught it to my 10-year-old. He's learning and does meditation, not every night. You can't force them. You don't want to force them because then they won't want to do it and it'll feel more like a punishment, and then they'll correlate that to a punishment. So I've always tried to correlate meditation with peace and calmness. I have somewhere where he can literally come into my house and sit down, and a lot of times he does, where he sits down and goes, oh cool, I'm gonna meditate. So if you set up a level of safety, a sacred space for them, even though normally it's not something that they would do. Do it because it's something that's worked for me, and it's relatively, not relatively, it is easy. It's so easy, and it's been really beautiful to watch. So now I'm teaching the mirror method, and as I'll say, we take the mirror, and I have an actual, I do, I have an actual mirror. So here's a mirror right here, right? So you would take the mirror and face it out away from you, and continue to do that, and continue to do that, and do that, and then envision yourself standing on one where the mirror is facing away from you, and then envision one above you where the mirror is facing above you and away from you. Okay, so when you step out of your house, you know what a mirror does. A mirror reflects back to you. So when you're envisioning this, that mirrors are all reflecting back to you, right? It makes it very easy to see the projections that you're putting onto another. So if my 10-year-old could grasp this, I have faith that the rest of you guys can grasp this. It's a really, really simple thing. It doesn't take a lot, to take a second to just visualize. One thing I've noticed that I was doing wrong was I would get so focused on my manifestation that I wouldn't visualize myself in the first person. It aligns you to that timeline. When you're visualizing your mirror effect, you really want to visualize the mirror as kind of being placed in front of you. And if you're privy to Archangel Michael, you can also visualize like a deep blue healing light coming over you. He is one of my personal guides. He's very, very good at protection and healing, protecting animals, small children, children in general. So, yeah, that's just the mirror method. I really wanted to just take a second to share that with you guys, simply because my 10-year-old has said that it's worked for him, and he's been able to catch himself in a few projections. So, I think it's really beautiful when we can stop and align ourselves with our own energy and focusing on when we're projecting something onto someone other than ourselves, and realize that it's coming from ourselves versus them, and that they're just triggering within us what we're trying to hide. So I hope that this helps you guys. Remember that your body is simply the vehicle for your soul, and I hope that you drive yourselves well, my friends. Also, just a quick reminder, if you see up here in the corner, claritycouture.com is my new business. I am offering mindset mentoring and other awesome things. I've had more than a few fans request the affirmations to the point where I need a hub for them outside of my adult work. So, and I'm actually stepping out of my adult work and stepping fully into this. So that's why I created that, because I wanted a hub for not only you guys to get to, but also them, that's outside of where they were coming to. So I don't have to continue to go to those sites to answer the questions like meditation or affirmations or visualizations. So, as I said, I hope that you drive yourselves well, and namaste.